Hey everybody, Sean here from Shootie School. I've had an idea for a couple years and no one really talks about it, so I'm going to reveal it to you. And it's about the least expensive way to expand your Toontrack MIDI. And it's not with third-party MIDI, that's one way to do it, but Toontrack mapped MIDI with all the articulations, all the good stuff we want. And as I go through this video, if you find you're not really sure what I'm talking about when it comes to sound expansions, MIDI packs, and core programs and how they relate to what MIDI comes with them, I do have a defining Toontrack MIDI video. Check the description. That's a great primer, especially for people who are new. So I'm looking to reveal a stash of MIDI by Toontrack that's inexpensive, but I kind of want to get a perspective before it's revealed so we can decide the value for ourselves. There's plus and minuses to everything. And there's a good chance you either own 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪 3 or EZDrummer 3, one or the other. So let's check those out real quick. If you own the flagship 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪 3, it comes with 1,600. Every number I say in this video is an average. It's close, but it's an average. 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪 3 comes with 1,600 MIDI files, and of course 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪 3 is $400 USD. 1,600 MIDI files. Now that's a good foundation of MIDI files to start with. It's good. It's a good number. EZDrummer 3, which came out a little over a year ago, it's a little more impressive. Hopefully when 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪 4 comes out, they'll compete. Each products will compete. But if you own EZDrummer 3, you'll have about 2,500 MIDI files to start with. That's a great foundational library to start with, and EZDrummer 3 costs $180. Those prices reflect the software, not the MIDI. We're just kind of looking at how much MIDI we got, you know. Depending on which program, you either have 1,600 or 2,500 MIDI files. And then SDXs exist. If you have a 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪 3 SDX, which is sound expansion pack. I didn't do much research on this. I knew these numbers a couple years ago. But each SDX that you buy, it doesn't even say it right here, probably adds roughly 500 more MIDI files to your MIDI collection. Maybe the older SDXs add a little more. I'm not sure. So as you spend $180 for new sounds, you get an extra 500 or so MIDI files. So 𝗪𝗪𝗓𝗪 3 users that have SDXs, you know, their libraries build in 500 more MIDI files at a time. And the same exact thing with EZDrummer 3 sound expansions called EZXs. These average about 500 extra MIDI files. So you can see how if you buy a core program and you buy a sound expansion, you know, the core program has a couple thousand files, maybe. And sound expansions keep adding 500 at a time. So maybe if you have a core program, a couple sound expansions, you know, you probably have 3,000 to 4,000 MIDI files. It's a healthy collection to start with, right? When you aspire out to buy just MIDI, you know, you're going to get what's called a MIDI pack. All these packs average 500 MIDI files. Some of them have 4, some of them have around 6. Usually averaging 500 seems to be the goal. If we click on them, they actually say it. This one has 480 MIDI files. So 480 MIDI files, 500 on average is worth $30. Now, here's where we start paying attention to numbers. You know, if you have $30, you can get 500 MIDI files of a particular theme or genre on that page I was just on. But if you have the patience, this is not what the video is about, by the way. If you have the patience to save up $120, you should get a 6-pack of Drum Midi because that's 3,000 MIDI files for $120. That's a killer deal. That's the number to keep in our head for the rest of this video. And now we kind of have an idea, if you've never thought about it before, how much MIDI is in your collection right now because of what core program and what sound expansions you bought. You know, you're up to a couple thousand maybe. And then maybe you bought some MIDI packs. That's 500 MIDI files a pop for $30. Or what I'm recommending to you, not being the purpose of this video, is when you're ready to buy MIDI, take the time to save up the $120 if you're serious about getting as much as possible, because this deal is killer, but not the purpose of this video. Let's move on to the purpose of this video. So before EZDrummer 3 was EZDrummer 2, and before that was EZDrummer 1, and same thing with 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝒄𝒻 3. So the idea is, what happened to those old core libraries, and where are the sounds and where are the MIDI for those? Because as we discussed at the beginning of this video, core libraries pack the most punch when it comes to the quantity of MIDI, and maybe now you know exactly where we're going to go with the rest of this video. It's pretty cool, and it's something to keep in mind to get MIDI for less money. Let's start with EZDrummer 2. EZDrummer 2 is called Modern Vintage. It's called EZDrummer 2 Core Library. It says Modern Vintage because it comes with two separate libraries. This video is about MIDI, but I'm saying you might want to consider buying a sound expansion, which also has sounds, and it comes with two libraries, and most EZXs come with a single library, so that's a big sound expansion. And the reason why I think this is a better deal than just buying any other EZX is if you're interested in the modern kit and the vintage kit, two libraries, it comes with 800 MIDI files. Now, that's not a super deal compared to buying the 6-pack of MIDI, which is 3,000 MIDI files for $120. But if you're interested in this EZX, it's worth noting that it comes with more MIDI than the average EZX, which in my opinion increases its value. And the sounds of this, I love. I mean, I know these kits by the back of my hand. When you buy it, it'll be the modern and the vintage kit. I'll just load up modern for 1 second. This video is going to get long, so I'm going to start pushing hard. Let me get my headphone bleed out of here. It's pretty awesome, and it has the Vinnie Paul snare. But the presets on this are really valuable too. That's a typical modern kit, right? Just listen how different they mixed it for the metal preset. I mean, I lived off this kit for a long time and got away with a lot. So it's very diverse. Here's the tight kit real quick. It's pretty awesome. So if you buy the EZDrummer 2 Core Library EZX, which has two separate libraries, the modern and vintage sound libraries, it comes with 800 MIDI files. So that doesn't smoke our MIDI 6-pack when it comes to MIDI, but that's a killer deal. Now, what happened to 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓? 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 3 is out right now, but where's 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 2? What happened to that content? And if you go onto the SDX page, New York Studio Volume 1 SDX, that is 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 2. And it's also known as the Avatar kit. This thing, I love the Avatar kit as well. I'm in 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 3 right now, and Avatar right here. This is 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 2. And I'll hop over to the product page again real quick. It doesn't say the MIDI count. What did I estimate? I think there's 1,500 MIDI files in this SDX. Now, SDXs are more important because of the sounds and the core program it's for. It's $180. 1,500 MIDI files is a lot of MIDI files to be coming with an SDX. This one has 1,500 MIDI files, so that kind of makes the $180 price tag seem more appetizing since you get way more MIDI than normal. That does not yet compete with the MIDI 6-pack, but it makes this SDX look way more appetizing. And if you're interested in expanding your sounds as well, don't freak out, sweetie. If you're interested in expanding your sounds as well, it's similar to that EZDrummer Modern Vintage. A lot comes with it because it used to be a core library. Let's just look at the snares for 2 seconds. Plenty of snares. Look, brushes, that's valuable. You got to hunt for brush products. Rods, same situation. Felt mallets. This is an entire core product. So this SDX might seem like a pretty big bump, not only in your MIDI library, but in your sound library as well. It's pretty cool. That's why I was excited about presenting this video. You know, people that are on a tight budget and are excited about Toontrack, these are ways to get further with less money, right? So 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 1, I don't believe got repackaged into an SDX. I'm pretty sure it didn't. And if anyone knows Toontrack history better than me, I think 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 1 was the original drum kit from Hell, and maybe it was the Latin percussion EZX combined into one product, but no need to quote me on that. And I hope someone down below comments and confirms for me. But that did not make it into an SDX, so I don't believe there's a way to get the 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝗪 1 content. So forget about that. But the entire purpose of the video, where's EZDrummer 1? Let's go over to EZX sound expansions. And let's look for pop rock right here. The pop rock EZX is EZDrummer 1. It wasn't Toontrack's first product. It was Toontrack's first easy product, I believe, and it came with a monster amount of MIDI. Here's the reveal of the video. For $89, the price of an EZX, which also comes with a sound library, it's a sound expansion, includes 8,000 MIDI files. So you think about that Toontrack 6-pack that gives you 3,000 files for $120. Well, here's an EZX, comes with a sound expansion and 8,000 MIDI files. Bam. Pitched it right over the plate and you knocked it out of the park. There's definitely some attributes to talk about this MIDI, and I'll do it in only take a minute, but that's the number right there, 8,000 MIDI files for $90, plus you get a sound expansion. It's crazy. It's fantastic. And let me load up pop rock real quick. It's pretty badass. I'll right click. It's a typical library. It's not limited. It has the average amount. Here's a piccolo snare right here. Super metallic ring. So this video is not even about purchasing sounds for the sounds, where this video is about getting a MIDI deal. I don't want to say anything negative because the price is right. So here's what's different. Here's what's different about the old format of Toontrack MIDI and the new, just so in case you read my enthusiasm and go buy this, I want to make sure you know what it's going to be like using it on your end. You're missing just a couple things. One thing is the length of MIDI files. There's not 4 or 8 measure long MIDI files in the older products. They average 2 measures. So even though we're getting 8,000 MIDI files, which is a huge number, the duration of these MIDI files is halved easily. So that's one way to go. All right, 8,000 MIDI files, they're not as long. One thing to note. Another thing, that's not even important to me. What's a little more of a drag, but still not a big deal for this super deal, is the folder layout. During the version 1 of these products, they didn't do folders of song structure, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge. They just did genres like you see right here. At least we have this much metadata to work with. We have fills here, pop rock, the genre pop rock, funk rock, Motown, ballad, and side stick. They go crazy with side stick stuff. Look at all these side stick folders. Look over here. Look how many files are in one of these folders. It's kind of hilarious how much side stick stuff there is. I mean, if you watch my channel or know how to use the software, you know you can switch any backbeat from a snare to a side stick. But if you're in the side stick, well, it looks like here's a drummer out producing side stick particular beats. If that's your thing, then this is a freaking gold mine, right? Anyway, so we're missing the song structure subfolders, and the MIDI files are not 4 to 8 measures long. They're typically average 2. Okay, so that's the only limitation. You get 8,000 MIDI files for $89 USD, plus it comes with the sounds of an EZX. I don't know how much better a deal can get unless you just don't like the style of these beats and don't like the sounds. It's pretty fantastic. Anyway, and if, let's say I want a pop rock beat, it's broken down into supposedly individual grooves. Like here's 40 different individual pop rock grooves, and let's go into groove 1. I mean, the way I see this is maybe this is a bunch of variations of one groove, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So let's just hit play for a second. Check out a fill. So when you buy this, if you buy the Toontrack EZX, to get not only a sound expansion, but 8,000 MIDI files to increase your MIDI library, this is what the MIDI library is going to look like. And I just wanted to make sure you know that. You got 4/4 straight, 4/4 shuffle, which I think they're using the term swing now. 4/4 with 6/8 feel. We don't see a header like this anymore. It kind of reminds me of the tempo modification menu, this right here, the 3/2, which is 4/4 equals 6/8. This menu, they kind of were designing beats with that in mind at one point. It's interesting. You can get a 6/8 feel in a 4/4 timeline, and there's 3/4 and there's 6/8. So 8,000 MIDI files. So, man, I hope this video was fun and exciting, or maybe you actually already own these products because you already own 𝗬𝗪𝗓𝒡𝒻𝒪𝒃 2, or you already owned EZDrummer 1 or EZDrummer 2. If that's the case, you don't need to buy any of this stuff. If that's not the case, these deals are on the table. They are actually in plain sight. I just had to put the X on the map and you went, oh yeah, it's right there. And if it interests you and, you're looking to upgrade not only your sounds, that's secondary, but your MIDI collection, man, there's a couple ways to do it right there. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you've never seen me before, do subscribe so we can see each other again. This is Sean from Shootie School. I do my best to make the most elite Toontrack videos on the internet. I have 2 groups on Discord and Facebook for socializing and basic support for Toontrack software. If I've ever made your day, consider contributing to me so I can make more content for you. I'll see you on the next one. Rock on.